Now you're probably saying to yourself, wait a minute, I've seen this title before for you longtime watchers of the channel, and I actually am revisiting this topic. One of the reasons I am is because my buddy over in Multitapped, Westapo 666, did a video response actually, like I asked everyone to, and basically was like, hey, here's my top 5 most expensive or most valuable cartridges for the NES. And so I thought to myself, I'm watching his video and I'm like, let me go back and watch my video. So I did, and I am blown away at the prices and how much they've jumped. And I mean, you get a timeline on price charting on videogames.pricecharting.com. But it doesn't tell you everything. It's just kind of like a bland number. And so this is like a stamped date that is going to be able to tell you what the prices were for these 5 games that I picked. So one of the games I actually don't own anymore, but what I did is I went ahead and grabbed 4 of the games off my shelf. And then what I did was I wanted to update this and do another video basically of my top 5 most valuable games from 2016. So let's go ahead and take a look first at the comparison between the old footage and the new footage.
Alright, so we're gonna start at the bottom and work our way down. First game is Rockin' Cats. So this one is worth about $30 on video game pricing right now.
So that video was shot in June of 2013, and interestingly enough, it's about 3 years later. It's not quite exact, but yeah, it's about 3 years later. So Rockin' Cats, which I still have, is now worth about $70. So it jumped almost $40 in price. That's crazy. I'm just blown away. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Mega Man 6. But this one's at about $30 as well, $29, $30 loose.
Previously hovering around $20 or so, Mega Man 6 is now worth about $40 to $46 approximately. So it almost doubled in price for the most part. And that's only 3 years, so this one is not as valuable as some of them, but we'll get into that in just a minute. Let's move on to the next one.
And Euphoria is an awesome game. So this copy is a European cart. This one is going for about $100 or just over $100 right now. So pretty big jump from my collection, down from the lowest, which is 30 to 100.
$100 for Euphoria. Whew. Jeez. Well, interestingly enough, it's now only worth about anywhere between 70 to 80. It's kind of hovering around that area. So this one went down. That's weird. All right, let's move on to the final one because I don't have California Raisins, which was my second most expensive. So this is the final most expensive game.
My copy of Power Blade 2. Power Blade 2 has spiked crazy high. It's worth over $150 right now on video game pricing.
$150? Whew. I didn't even pay that for it back then. And now it's almost $330, $320 around that. Like, wow, just unbelievable how much this cart has jumped. So, yeah, this is still the most expensive cart in my collection. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna now work backwards to the modern day 4 games, and we're gonna talk about modern prices for the top 5. This is gonna be number 1, so we're gonna work backwards and go for the cheapest of the carts. Bucky O'Hare is now like a $120 game. This is the second most expensive NES game that I own. That's crazy, just crazy. I bought this for 20 bucks like 2-3 years ago maybe. Now Mega Man 5 is actually next on my list, and this game is approximately $94-$95 currently. So yeah, this one back then, I don't remember what it was. I think it was probably about 50 or so, but yeah, this one almost doubled in price. So let's move on to the next one. Now, as I said in the original video, we're just going with loose carts. Keep that in mind. So even though this is one of my most expensive boxed complete games, Gargoyle's Quest 2 is my next most expensive loose cart, and this is complete. As far as loose cart goes, this goes for about $93, so that's current prices. Maybe in 3 years it'll double, who knows? All right, the cheapest game in my collection as far as this top 5 list goes is Battletoads Double Dragon for the NES. And this one I picked up actually for only $50 if I recall, and this wasn't that long ago actually. I got this for probably about a year ago. And at the time I think it was going for about 70. I actually scored it for about, I think 50, but then I traded in a bunch of stuff, so I actually got it for an even less price. This one's going for about $85, so man. And so as you can see, my lowest priced games didn't even come anywhere near my most expensive games. Man, maybe I'll do another one of these in 3 years, who knows? The reason why I wanted to do this video is not to blow up prices, which, let's be honest here, I'm a nobody, I'm not gonna blow up any prices. But the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I wanted to showcase how much prices have jumped in the past few years, and it's only gonna get worse at this point. And in all honesty, you may want to stay tuned to my next video, which is coming out shortly. But I plan on addressing this in a future video, in all honesty, because I think that prices may start to go down soon. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed.